You are tuned into a special player spotlight interview on the CS Podcast. Welcome to another edition of the CS Podcast presented by the NUC NFL Draft Bible, bringing you the names that you need to know first since 2002. Visit NFLDraftBible.com. As always, I'm your guys' host, Chris Shanafelt, and joining the show for a special player spotlight interview is 2016 NFL Draft prospect, defensive back Marqui Christian out of Division II's Midwestern State University. And Marqui, I appreciate you taking some time this afternoon. Now, I want to start this interview off by just asking, how did you land at Midwestern State? Coming out of Spring High School, were there any other schools interested in you, and how did you decide that Midwestern State would be the best fit for you?
I appreciate the interview also, and glad to be on today and answer questions. But, coming out of high school, coming out of spring, originally I didn't really have a lot of people after me. Mostly every team in the LSC, Angelo State, Midwestern, West Texas, a few mid-majors like UNT, UTEP, schools like the Texas State were in the mix, but they didn't offer. And I took a visit. My first collegiate visit was to Midwestern State. And then I fell in love with it. And the next week I had a visit from West Texas, which is in the same conference, and I didn't even take it. And then I just knew Midwestern was where I was going to go because it was late in the process also.
Okay. And yeah, looking back, it looks like you did make the right decision as here you are getting set up for the 2016 NFL Draft. Talk about your freshman year.
Right.
Did you have any idea that you would see the amount of playing time that you did? And looking back, do you think that the fact that you're able to see as much time on the field as you did instead of redshirting that first year, do you think that helped you out in the long run? Could you even imagine sitting out for an entire season?
Oh, man. Well, coming in, before leaving home and everything, I was confident and thinking I could come in and play as a freshman and everything. Then, of course, when I got there, it was a wake-up call, but it was tough. But I just know if I could get the playbook down, I had the ability to play early, and the coaches instilled that in me early to get in my playbook, and I had the chance to play. And then I was when I came in freshman year, a lot of freshmen came in, on a different mindset, and I know I had the chance to play, so that just, drove me more to work hard on my freshman year and get on the field. And I think definitely having that year of experience and playing 4 years definitely helped me put me in the position I am today. And I definitely couldn't imagine looking back on it, sitting out a whole year redshirting.
And I see, looking at your biography on the Midwestern State website, I see that it says that one of the many plays that you'll be remembered for throughout your time at MSU was when you returned a bad punt, it said, for a touchdown with less than a minute to go against the 12th ranked team that season, West Texas A&M. Where does that play rank as, on the all-time list of plays that you made during your time at Midwestern State?
Oh, man. Well, I don't know, man. It might rank number one just with the, what was at stake, being the conference championship and me being a freshman, and how the game turned out. We were losing about 14 with 2 minutes left at West Texas for the conference championship. I didn't really play much the whole game, just playing special teams and getting in there and just, making a play. And being a guy to win it for the team and the seniors and everything, and it has to be number one.
Yeah, hey, I don't blame you, especially like you said. It was your freshman year, a true freshman, making a big play like that in a big-time game against the conference rival West Texas A&M, which was, again, ranked as the 12th best team in the nation that season. Now, during your sophomore season, Marqui, you went on to secure one of the starting safety spots. You started all 10 games and led the team with 95 total tackles that season and really have not looked back ever since. What would you attribute the success that you were able to have so early on in your collegiate career? I believe it was your second collegiate game of your career, again, as a true freshman against Texas A&M Commerce when you intercepted your first pass. Again, your second collegiate game. It seems like you were ready to play the college game, really from the get-go.
Oh, yeah, well, I was really just fortunate to have worked with some great people, like, during the summer when I'm working out training, so before I came to Midwestern, I felt like that's something I put in a lot of work in, and that made me more prepared and ready to play probably more than the other freshmen. So that's what I attribute to, just knowing great people, working with great people, and just them giving me tips on the game and working with me, and then I just translated to the field.
And after your first year as a starter, that sophomore year, you were named first team All Lone Star Conference, and you followed that up your junior year with another first team All Conference season as you tallied 81 tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss, 6 pass deflections, 2 interceptions, and a sack. What were your individual expectations for this past season, seeing as it was your last as a collegiate athlete?
Man, this year, man, I definitely did everything I wanted to do. I set to do it last year, getting first team All Conference for a second year. It was a good feeling and everything, but I knew that I had higher goals, and this year I came in kind of with a chip on my shoulder, mad because I missed 2 games last year, so I was mad I didn't get first team all region. I ended up getting second team last year and not getting All American, so I came in with kind of a chip on my shoulder this season. So, when I came in, I wanted to be a first team All American, first team All Region, All Conference, get my team to the playoffs, have my team in the Lone Star Conference playoffs, the record we had, that's the goal I set for my team. We didn't win the Natty, the ultimate goal we set, but, the individual goals, I pretty much met all my individual goals this season, being an All American and All Region and All Conference for a 3rd time in a row.
And you know what? That has to feel good, achieving all of your individual goals. Like you said, you guys did make yet another playoff appearance. I mean, it's nothing new to you guys to be in the playoffs, but unfortunately, you guys fell to CSU Pueblo last year's Division II national championships. Now, when I said that, it sounds as if you may not be over that game just yet, Marqui.
Yeah, man, it's a tough one to swallow. Because the next week, they played Grand Valley, and man, they crushed them. I just know if we would have beat Pueblo and played Grand Valley, we would have won that game and ended up playing Sheffield, and we would be where we supposed to be in the national championship, but we can't win them all.
Yeah, you're right about that. As you said, tough pill to swallow. Now, looking at your, really entire collegiate career at MSU, Marqui, I see that you recorded 295 tackles, 14 pass deflections, 9 tackles for loss, 4 fumble recoveries, 3 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions, and 2 touchdowns. I mean, you really do have your name all over the Midwestern State record book, and your 295 career tackles ranks number 1 all time in school history. How would you describe your overall experience at MSU? And if I were to tell you back when you were a freshman that you would have the type of collegiate career that you wound up having, what would you say?
Oh, man, if you would have told me that back then, I would have never believed you, because the situation I was in, and come out of high school and just feeling like I had the ability to play D1 and not playing D1, even though I played early at Midwestern after my freshman year, I was still, kind of in the cloud. My head was kind of still in the cloud. I wanted to transfer D1. I actually quit the team. Was getting ready to transfer, came back and, had to do disciplinary runs to get back on the team. And man, I would never expect for it to go like this, but I remember when I had quit the team and I came back, my coach was telling me, like, it's not as bad as you think, just 4 years of hard work, and, you can have fun for the rest of your life. So he was just like, come back, man, you're a sophomore. You can get some All Conference, then All Region, and then your senior year All American, and you'll never know what'll happen for you. And it's crazy that it played out just like my coach told me it would.
And when did you realize that there would be a possibility that you could play professionally? I mean, play in the NFL. I think it's safe to say that you are the top Division II safety entering this year's draft. I mean, when did you realize that this could possibly turn into a reality? The fact of playing professional football.
Well, when I really noticed this, after my junior year, going in, before working for my senior year, agents, they get an early tip. They start calling you. They call early, and that was the first time I really had a clue. I was like, man, maybe I could, because these guys want to call me for no reason. So that's the first time I was like, well, maybe I do got a chance of playing at the next level.
He is the safety out of Midwestern State University, Marqui Christian, joining me here on the CS podcast, presented by the NUC NFL Draft Bible as he gets set for the 2016 NFL Draft. Probably the best last name in all of football, Christian, that is. And Marqui, every year there seems to be, more and more talent coming out of Division II, Division III, and you played in a pretty tough conference in the Lone Star Conference, which is probably one of the most challenging conferences in the country. I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier. I mean, not only is Midwestern State in there, you got Angelo State, Eastern New Mexico, West Texas A&M. I mean, a lot of good teams, which leads me to my next question. Who would you say is the best or most talented player that you've had to go up against throughout your 4 years playing in the Lone Star?
Oh, man, I played against some talented guys. Freshman year, West Texas, Tyree Robinson, the running back for West Texas, he currently plays for the Saints. But man, he was a hell of a player. But I didn't really play in the game, so I just seen him play. I didn't really get to play against him. But Angelo State's quarterback, man, that guy can go. That's probably Kyle Washington is probably the toughest opponent I've faced in the LSC.
Yeah,
they give us hell every time.
Somebody that you certainly have to put on your list of players that you have to watch out for when you play Angelo State. Yeah, very athletic quarterback. Not only can he run, but he could throw a nice football as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And, I guess, moving on, looking at your game more individually, I mean, what would you say is your biggest strength as a safety? I mean, the little bit that I've seen of you, I mean, it certainly looks like you made your presence known as a guy that's always around the football and could certainly lay a hard hit. So, again, what would you say is your biggest strength, and what is something that you think you can still get better at?
I think my biggest strength is playing in the box and just my football IQ, just knowing where to be down at distance, knowing my leverage. So I think those are my strengths. And my weaknesses, I would say, is just, always improving in man coverage and ball skills. I've been as a safety, if anybody asks me my weaknesses, I always say, you can always improve on ball skills and in your man coverage as a DB.
And probably one of my favorite questions that I ask draft prospects, and that is, for those who may not be too familiar with your game, I mean, again, you're coming from a smaller school in Midwestern State, a Division II program. Not everybody gets Midwestern State football games on their television. If you would compare yourself to a defensive back currently playing in the NFL, who do you think that would be and why?
I would say Charles Woodson.
Okay.
Just his versatility. Charles Woodson is a Hall of Fame player. I'm obviously not saying I'm a Hall of Fame player, but just his versatility. Charles been able to play outside, inside, and even deep safety. Come to the ball. Charles will do a lot of different stuff for different things for the Raiders and Green Bay. All throughout the league. So that's why I compare my game to Charles Woodson, just being a versatile DB.
And it seems like Charles Woodson has been playing forever. I mean, this is a guy that is about 40 years old, and for a while this season he's led the league in interceptions. I don't think he does any longer, but I mean, he's, like you said, a hell of a defensive back. And I'll tell you what, I feel more comfortable with you comparing yourself to a Charles Woodson, like you said, a Hall of Fame type player, than I would, a Chris Conte or a Major Wright. I mean, I'm okay with you. I'm okay with you comparing yourself, holding yourself to high expectations. I definitely like that. Again, he's the 2016 NFL Draft prospect, Marqui Christian, out of Midwestern State University, joining me here on the CS podcast, powered by the NUC NFL Draft Bible. And Marqui, just a couple more questions for you, and then I'll let you go. What exactly is next for you? I mean, your season has been over for a little while now. I mean, do you have any all-star invites? Do you have any? Are you getting ready for your pro day? Any regional combines? I mean, what's next for you in this phase as you get set for the 2016 NFL Draft?
I just got back home from school yesterday, so in the next couple of days, me and my parents want to sit down and pick an agent, and then as of now, I have an invite to the Gridiron Classic, which is in Fort Worth. It's a a 3-day practice event, but it has over 100 scouts in attendance. All 32 teams send probably 5 or 4 scouts apiece. I heard it was a great event last year, but other than that, I'm just waiting to hear back from the NFLPA Bowl on the invite, and other than that, just training, get ready for my pro day.
All right, sounds good. So you do have an invite to the College Gridiron Classic. Waiting for that NFLPA Bowl invite. They better step up their game on that one. You mentioned you're going to start getting ready for your pro day after all this. Once you find an agent and hopefully play in these All-Star games. Do you have any goals written down that you'd like to achieve when it comes to your pro day, or any specific numbers you have in mind?
This specifically, I just want to show everybody, how good I can run on my pro day and the combine and everything. So that's just a goal for me, just running a good time, sub 4.5. That's really the goal for me, main goal for me.
Yeah, and you know what I say to many of the small school guys I interview. I mean, the pro days, they're crucial for really any football player looking to play at the next level. But for a small school guy, they could do wonders. And again, he is probably the best Division II safety, defensive back. We got Marqui Christian here. And a final question for you, Marqui. I really do appreciate your time. Let's say an NFL general manager was listening to this very interview. Why should they want the defensive back out of Midwestern State University, Marqui Christian, a part of their team?
They get a guy who really loves the game. This has been my passion since I can remember. I've been playing the game since I was 4. This is pretty much all I know. So this is my dream. This is it. I put all my eggs in the one basket. I really take it serious. I'm real meticulous with the game. I'm a real hard worker. Coming from D2, I really had to work hard to get my name out there and to get to the position I'm even at now. So I just know that anything that a team puts in front of me, obstacles that I can handle those, being in D2 and quitting the team and coming back and handling discipline runs to get back on the team. And I think it just shows my hard work and dedication.
And you know what? Again, coming from a smaller school in Midwestern State, Division II program, but that certainly doesn't mean anything when it comes to playing at the next level. As we've seen, the Patriots probably wouldn't have won the Super Bowl if it wasn't for Division II cornerback Malcolm Butler out of West Georgia, picking off Russell Wilson. You got Pierre Desir over with the Cleveland Browns from Division II Lindenwood, and I think we will be hearing Marqui Christian out of Midwestern State, along with those Division II products now playing in the National Football League. And Marqui, I really do appreciate your time. Like I said, that was my final question for you. And again, I really do appreciate your time, and I'm wishing you all the best as you get set for the 2016 NFL Draft, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man.